Yeah, that's our greeting.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I did not realize I was muted. Well, welcome anybody who's watching so far to the Great Teslite Caper.
Woo!
I'm RC. I'll be your game master for tonight's game, and I'll let the other two introduce themselves.
I'll let Joe go first.
Oh, crud. Yeah. Hi, I'm Joe. I will be playing Tatitude again tonight. Yeah, that's what I got. My brain is scattered.
It's all good.
Goldie!
Hi, I'm Goldie. I'm going to be Sapphire Shadow.
I would say actually, no need to really introduce yourselves. We'll let someone else do the talking.
Yeah,
and
let's
that would
do
be
that.
you from the past.
You have previously shown interest in Operation Redacted Rangers. Do you still show that interest? It will still reduce your total sentence.
Yo, I'm Tatitude. What's up?
Can you tell us a bit about your abilities?
Yo, I don't know why people are so fascinated by it, but I got tats all over me, and they do things, and people like me on their crews because I can do things that others can't quite do.
Who is Sapphire Shadow, Goldie?
She doesn't care about anybody else. She just cares about getting out. I am a thief. I'm a world-class thief.
The Machinist Daughter has appeared on the show as a villainous entity.
I'm just trying to make my way through this world, but also bring justice for what happened to my father, who I greatly believe in their mission and what they were trying to do.
All right.
That was so good.
That made me so happy.
I'm so hyped now.
Awesome. Well, one final thing to introduce people in case you're not familiar with the game or this show. Welcome, guests and viewers, to Masks and Mayhem. I'm your game master, RC. Tonight's stream uses Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition, the world's greatest superhero RPG, made by our friends at Green Ronin Publishing. For the uninitiated, the game's main mechanic is a d20 plus an ability modifier versus a difficulty check. This simple system allows for it to facilitate cinematic action. Character creation offers nearly unlimited flexibility to create any type of character. The system also has a sort of currency called the hero point that allows you to reroll dice, edit scenes, and modify or boost a character's powers in a pinch. They are earned by leaning into genre tropes like setbacks and complications, heroic behavior or unheroic behavior, good roleplay, jokes I think are funny, and even ones I think aren't. And for tonight, we'll call them villain points. So let's get started. And so, as we fade in, the two of you, Sapphire Shadow and Tatitude, you're in Highwind City, Michigan, a large metropolitan area, and you have been sent on a mission by the Majestic 12 as part of your Redacted Rangers tasks and duties. So, as I say, we kind of got an idea of what the two of you look like. Are you decked out in any kind of special gear for tonight's mission?
Well, first, what's the weather like in Michigan right now? Because,
well, it is. As I say, we are having this take place in March of 2024.
Okay.
So it is, in fact, quite cold.
Okay.
Probably recently snowed. It's windy. I don't know, Tatitude, do you still just go out in what is essentially a tank top?
No, she'll have just way too big of one of those floofy parka coats on.
Yep,
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
But also the one that has extra pockets on the inside, so she just has a reservoir of snacks stuck away on either side.
Oh, I like that. Snack keeper. I imagine I'm in a fitted pea coat with a fur collar, just something.
Okay. Does it match the rest of your normal outfit?
I would say it's black. It's sleek. It's I'm hidden in the shadows.
Okay.
And then like
That
all
makes
my
sense.
color is underneath. Like,
All right. And so you two, along with one other, have been sent on a mission. It seems that Chen Griffin Labs, a sort of multinational science research group, found some tech from a recent alien invasion that they have been studying. And the Majestic 12 is just not too thrilled about that. So your responsibilities are to smash and grab, get all of the research, all of the tech that they have acquired, erase all traces of it, and get out of there. And you are joined on this mission by a gentleman known to you as Copycat. His abilities are that he can duplicate himself.
okay.
As we're getting started, I'm imagining that the two of you are up top on a roof. Tatitude, you've probably been brought along as muscle for this particular operation. Sapphire Shadow, obviously brought along as a premier thief, as with the ability to get in and get what's necessary and get out. Meanwhile, Copycat's on the ground, or copycats are on the ground, acting as lookouts and surveillance around the area. So what are you preparing to do? Like, let's say you're across the street from the lab.
Okay, we're across the street from the lab. Well,
Mm-hmm.
First I would need to assess points of entry.
Okay.
How are we going to get in to the lab?
Okay.
And also, is this night or daytime?
I was gonna say it is in the pitch of night.
Okay, so there's two options. We can like find a discreet way, or we can send Copycat in to pretend that they are a guard, security, that kind of way to give us background access that way. What do we think?
You hear Copycat down there. I guess I could go in as kind of a distraction, give you guys some time to get in and do your thing, and then if anything goes wrong, Tatitude, you can light them up, right?
I mean, of course, but real quick, are we on the roof on the opposite side of the street or on the street across the street?
Oh, I was imagining that you two were on the roof and Copycat were on the street. I'm sorry, I should have made that clearer.
I think we did, and I just forgot.
Where am I at?
Yeah,
Okay.
you two are together. Copycats are spread out by themselves.
We can. I'm using like arm comms to talk to him.
I'll say that's actually a perfect thing to bring up. So, as part of your missions with Redacted Rangers, they set you up with what has affectionately been called the Killcom, which is basically a little wrist computer that they can use to keep in touch with you. You can keep in touch with each other. It's a tracker, and then it's also if you go off mission, your punishment device.
Yeah. Okay.
You haven't seen one in use, but your understanding is that it will send like enough volts to incapacitate you but not kill you unless you continue to resist.
Great.
And either way, you probably don't want to test that out if I had to imagine.
No.
So maybe I can use my machinery, kind of like, does it do like a scan? Will it do like Google goggles and like kind of look at the whole thing and then like highlight? Like, okay, we can go. Yeah, like that kind of thing. Do we have blueprint?
Sorry, can you say that again?
Do I have a piece of machinery that I can use to scan the building to tell me the points of interest?
I would definitely say that I would say one of your pieces of equipment that you have is on the opposite wrist is your own little wrist computer that you normally use for like hacking things. And we'll say that could definitely kind of be used in a similar manner to address points of entry. Functionally, yes, Tatitude.
Do you see like just a stupid roof entrance across the way? Like
there's a roof
door.
There is what you see to be one of those little. There's a roof entrance. There's one of those little things to let yourself down for window washing. There's a front entrance. You've also been able to gather that there is a underground parking garage and an entrance through there.
Okay.
There's a couple options.
Okay. What does security look like?
Security appears to be like a guard on each floor kind of thing. Like you're kind of doing
amateurs.
little rounds.
Which floor do we need to get to?
You need to get it's a 10-story building and you need to get to floor 4.
Well, I would think the most just getting in as discreetly as possible. That's going to be key.
Okay. Let's roll some stealth checks then.
Okay. I got to remember how to do this. It's the 20-sided die, right?
Correct.
Or
That's
the
the,
okay.
the only dice you will use tonight is your D20. You're going to roll.
Okay.
And your stealth skill should be on the second page of your character sheet.
All right.
Got a 22. Let's go.
22? Okay.
Yeah.
8 plus 13 is 22.
Hey, yeah, double 22s. Wait.
Double 22s, I think.
No, wait, no. 21.
No, wait.
No, it's 23.
21. 23. Wait.
8 plus what?
8 plus 13.
Yes,
Yeah.
all right. No, wait. 8 plus 13 would be 21.
Okay.
I was right. I'm not good at math. Don't throw me off. Don't take advantage of that.
Okay, yeah, 21. Let's go. Woo!
So 21 and 22. Yeah, you are quite successful. What does that look like? You are able to infiltrate this building without issue in whatever manner you're going to choose.
Okay.
I think Tatitude just like gets annoyed with like why did they bring a copycat along when I can make more than one of me? This is stupid. We don't need him. And she just uses her glider to like whoosh across and pulls out one of her keys and unlocks the door and is like, I'm going in. I don't care anymore.
Okay, so you're going through the roof entrance is your plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
Are you going with her, Sapphire Shadow?
So my question is, so copycats, can he only replace himself or can he mimic other people?
No, he can specifically duplicate himself as he is at the time.
Okay.
The other thing, though, of note is that all of his duplicates can also duplicate.
And what is he wearing right now?
He's kind of wearing just plain black pants. He's trying to look rather nondescript. So he's wearing like plain black pants, big black like pea coat basically, and like a hat. He did, however, bring along like a couple different pairs of clothes, so like that they're not all wearing the same thing. But it's also winter in the north, and everyone's pretty much wearing a black coat. And a hat of some kind, so it's not, even if he was, they probably wouldn't really catch on immediately.
All right. I think I'm going to attempt to send the copy. Since Tatitude's going to infiltrate from the roof.
All right, yeah.
I will try to meet them from the bottom.
Okay.
Let's be honest, like Tatitude is not going to be the best at stealth. Like, she's going to cause problems coming down.
Right. And so this way, it's like we can cause a distraction with the copycats.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, whatever. I was like, you already rolled and you were successful. So whatever you're going to go ahead with, you're successful.
Okay, good. Yeah.
However, this looks like getting to the things you need.
Yeah, copycats sending in some distractions. While the security guard's distracted, I'm sneaking through so that I can at least use the stairwell.
Okay.
To get to 4. But before I do that, I stop in the security room on the first floor and disable the cameras.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, cameras are disabled.
Okay.
And cameras are disabled. So Tattoos coming from the top. You're coming from the bottom. You're going to meet more or less in the middle, right?
Yeah.
And roll me a technology check, Sapphire.
Okay. 8 plus 13. 21 again.
21? All right.
Yeah. I'm a baller.
Yeah, you're super successful. You're able to hack into like the secure doors into this facility. And you get in and you see basically like the wrecks of a lot of like small ships. Most of it is actually not I was gonna say a bunch of pieces that would have made up one of those ships. As I say, they're gonna be a little heavy to get out. But I think you have someone else who can help with that.
Yeah.
And then you see like a computer terminal kind of set in the middle with like kind of scanning equipment on it.
And this is on 4th floor?
Yep. And actually you were successful in that. You were really successful in that technology role. So you also are able to get into that computer, copy all the files, and erase everything.
Okay. So I've already done that. Yes. I didn't even have to like, I didn't even have to work hard today yet.
I'll say every little bit off your sentence counts, right?
Right. Exactly.
And so that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, you're able to get all that information. Tatitude. Let's say, what are you doing then?
Yeah, so if she came through the 10th floor roof access, she probably would have come across at least one or two of the security guards and just made them go night night, and just like
All right,
slid them
what does
into
that
like
look
a just like the cliche of like da dun da dun snatch, go to sleep, go to sleep,
Okay, so chokehold kind of deal. All right, makes sense.
and into some cleaning closet for later.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
No
all right.
no death, no death.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
like go to sleep, stay in there. You're
Yeah,
not
we're
allowed
in and
out.
out. We're in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you hear Copycat on your comms. He's like, "All right, I think they're starting to see through my distraction because they're threatening to call the cops. I'm gonna make a discreet exit. Are you almost done?"
Yes. We need about 10 more minutes. What was it that you were saying we need to remove? Pieces of a ship?
You were supposed to any of the technology they had. You were supposed to gather. So, like I said,
Okay.
you see basically a bunch of. If you put it all together, it would be like one of their little hovercraft, one of the little Varmite alien hovercrafts from the invasion. But it's not all together right now. So, like, your only real option would be maybe to scoop it all up.
Okay.
I'll say it's not enough for one normal person to handle, but one super strong person probably could.
Let's do this. Let's go. I haven't been a monster in a hot minute.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
you haven't pulled out your monster form before.
No,
So
I haven't.
What does that look
Let's,
like, Tatitude?
Oh, what does that tattoo look like, though?
I think we
Nah,
said
it's just
this.
an ink monster.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah. So, somewhere probably like we're gonna say like right along here. She
Okay.
just has this really creepy, like demonic Susuwatari kind of thing.
Okay.
And she's just like, come on, let's do this. And she rips it off and drapes it over her. And suddenly she just gets bigger and more vicious and inky drips. And
Ooh.
she got bigger and stronger and a little more intimidating, a lot less stealthy.
I was gonna say, so you're more than strong enough then to gather all of this up in your inky, monstrous arms. What is the next plan then? Now that you have all the pieces, you've erased all the stuff. 75% of the mission has been successful.
Well, I will order Copycat to take out the security guards downstairs.
All right, and you hear him say, "All right, I just tried to convince him this was a flash mob." You're saying I'm go for knocking him out.
Yep.
Go for
No
finale.
time.
Go for finale.
All right, and then you just suddenly hear, and then, all right, I'm getting out of here.
Okay. Well, then we just go. We leave through the entrance.
I was gonna say that
Baller style.
That sound that you heard was of all of the copycats coming back together.
Oh.
Forming back into a singular.
It's Slurpee.
Okay. Yeah, it was very Slurpee.
That's the correct sound. All right, so where are you heading next? Let's say there's an extraction point that's about a mile away from here, but it's pretty much a straight shot down this road if you're gonna go like directly there.
Do we need to drop this piece that we're carrying off, or?
I think I have to keep carrying it.
I was gonna say, yeah, you have to keep carrying it, or you have to lighten the load and split it up amongst you.
Oh wow. Okay. Can we hand them to Copycat? Well, I guess let's just go to the next point.
I was gonna say you could try to hand them off to you could ask Copycat,
Yeah.
to help lighten the load that way.
Well, because we're less stealthy if we have these big chunk pieces,
Yeah, I would say they would definitely come apart enough to like be smaller ones.
Okay. She was just gonna like be a linebacker and just holding the stuff and just like, I'm going.
The bigger problem I would say with that is that you're a giant monster in the middle of the city.
Yeah, like leaving an ink trail. So
Okay, fine. I see your point. Here.
All right, and then Copycat. A bunch of them form out, and eachbody takes a little bit, and he says, "All right, since we're like all kind of trying to be inconspicuous, maybe we all kind of just spread out a little bit, like split up a bit, and then meet there."
Yeah. Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. And like one of them is kind of like trailing behind you guys, but the other ones are all kind of going in different directions, like out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Moments later, as you're walking down this street, you get about halfway to the rally point. You look up and you see like something kind of just floating up above one of the buildings. And as you're walking along, you realize it's some kind of drone, and it's been following you probably for about a half block now.
Can I use my armband to get a read on what kind of drone it is?
Yeah, roll a technology check.
Okay, let's see. Oh, hold on. Got to re-roll. Fell off the table. Okay. I can't tell if that's a 6 or 9. Okay, I think it's a 6. Okay, 6 plus 30. So 19.
19. All right. So what your scan is able to pick up on is it is definitely some kind of like autonomous drone. Does not appear to have any weapons on it, but it does have some kind of device that it can't quite read. And to you, doing the scan and looking at it, something about it looks familiar. And it's not too long after that scan happens, this thing goes and rushes right up to the two of you. And you hear "Beedoo," and you're hit by like a bit of a concussive wave.
Whoa! Like a sonic boom type of wave?
It has like a bit of a push to it, but not like
Okay.
painful.
Okay.
And then you just hear a crackling coming from your kill comm. And you notice that is now completely turned off.
Oh, crap.
And moments later, the drone activates, and you hear a voice coming out of it. Oh, shoot.
Hello, voice. Who is speaking?
1 second. Did the right one not upload? This is very annoying.
Fireballs on this hand.
Oh, darn it. Give me 1 second. I had something prepared for this.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay.
Just my luck, the wrong file uploaded. Give me just a second. Here we go. So a voice plays from it, and you hear...
Tatitude and Sapphire Shadow. If you were hearing this message, then I was successful. I've sent my drone to help with extracting you from the redacted rangers. If successful, it should keep them from being able to find you for about 12 hours, until they can recalibrate their systems. I need your assistance with an endeavor. Okada Tech discovered a new cache of Teslite in the underground. It's going through processing later today to put in a more usable state. I need you to intercept at least one crate of that shipment for a project I'm working on, but the more, the better. I've included a map of an entrance to the underground, as well as where you can meet me in the time I estimate it will take for you to complete the task. Once you do, I'll finalize the removal of your tracker bracelet.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
And you hear Copycat behind you go, "What the hell was that?"
Shut up, copycat. Nobody was
nothing,
talking to you.
Nothing.
And he's like running up to catch up with you now, because he's been like trailing behind you for a while.
I'm just gonna like palm the drone behind me so he doesn't see it,
Ooh, good thinking. Good thinking.
and just like hide it amongst like the other stuff that I'm still carrying. Just be like,
okay.
no, it was just some weird extra thing. I caught it. It's fine. Nothing. We got to keep moving.
Roll a deception check.
Fuck. So valid. So valid. So valid. No, 10.
10. He's like, no way. All this stuff was totally inactive. You're telling me you activated it?
Look, my powers do weird stuff sometimes. Look, fireball.
Bullshit, Tatitude. What the hell is that? What's going on? You know what? And he goes to pull up his kill comm, which is not inactive, and he says, "I'm gonna call the director right now." And
Okay.
as he's saying that, he's lifting his arm.
Look, I'll be like, okay, copycat. Do are you so stupid that you wouldn't think that if we got in trouble, so would you? If they're going to kill us, they would probably kill you too. How smart is Copycat? First of all, like, is he?
He's not dumb, but he's not like he's definitely
Right. Okay.
He's a lower mid-level manager at best.
Right. So I'll be So I'm gonna I'll try to go that angle. Like we have no idea what happened. This drone just came down. We fought it down, and it disabled our comms.
And you hear actually his kill comm activate, and you hear Copycat come in. We've lost contact with Tatitude and Sapphire Shadow. Do you have a visual on them?
And so then I stare at him and I say, listen, you answer that, we're all going down. But if you just help us get to point B, let's finish this mission, and then we can be done. But we need to take a side. We need to do a side mission.
We need to take care of business. And we'll get back to where we're supposed to be. Like there's nothing extra going on here. We're just taking care of business like always.
Right. We're just taking care of business.
And his eyes narrow and he goes, Director, I don't have eyes on them right now. I'll need some extra time to try to find them, I guess. Or if you're unable to locate them.
And then I just do a little flirty thing with him, like, you made the smart decision type of thing. You know, I use my womanly wiles.
If this messes with my sentence at all, you're dead.
You're adorable.
And then I just roll my eyes. Whatever. Let's go.
And he kind of just ducks into a side alleyway then. So what are the two of you doing now?
I guess we're doing the mission. We're going on the underground mission.
All right. So, what the two of you as players may not be familiar with, but what your characters would definitely know about, is Highwind City is slowly becoming known for having since the 70s, an underground kind of what's the word? Geometric. It's a dome.
Mm-hmm.
But a series of them built underground that are almost the same, like they're almost like a half the size of the city. Like it's essentially its own whole area, mostly owned by corporations, built by the government to kind of get rid of mutants and people they didn't want kind of spreading around.
Mm.
And it's kind of become its own separate society in many ways over the years, but it's slowly people are becoming aware of it. Whereas for the longest time, it was much more secret.
Gotcha.
For those forced down into it. And so what the map shows you is there are a series of entrances to get into it that are primarily built into the Highwind City subway system, kind of a subway system beneath it. That connects all of these domes. The refinery is the refinery itself that Machinist's daughter was referring to is specifically located in what's called the Underhaze, which is in a lot of ways a lot of slums. A much poorer section, whereas there is some sections of the underground like Neon Glow that are more corporate and kind of shinier and nicer. A nice coat of paint on capitalism.
So we're supposed to go to Underhaze.
So yes, you want to get to the Underhaze if you're trying to get to the refinery to get it before it leaves the refinery, at least. And then you are in the section of town, you're not too far from the section of town known as the Warehouse District, which is where the closest entrance to the Underhaze would be. So that's going to have you above ground for a little bit longer. What you do know as well is based on the fact that you just got out. One, you're still holding this stuff. Two, you also know that with Copycat having knocked out all of the guards, that at some point the police are going to be looking for a group of people holding technology.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the plan?
Are there in one of these subway stations? Are there rental lockers?
You know what? We'll say yes. Yeah, That's
Gonna start cramming technology into rental lockers and just keep taking all the keys for him and shoving them in her pockets.
I'm giving you a hero point 'cause that's a really
Perfect.
ingenious idea on how to stash the stuff while you're doing this.
Oh, that's
So
smart.
that's a
Good
villain. That's a
job.
villain point for Tatitude. So you each start out with 1, and now Joe, you'll have 2.
Cool.
All right, cool. And I guess just to reiterate, what they can do is you can use them to edit a scene, gain an advantage for a turn, do an instant counter, GM inspiration, improve a roll, or recover, such as when you use extra effort.
Cool.
All right. So, so you're gonna get to the subway station. Are you trying to do so stealthily?
What's the security situation? Like, is
it's a subway station. Oh, the security station. The subway.
Well, okay, so we're trying to get into the Underhaze, right?
Right. So the Underhaze is more of its own, like I said, its own separate district or city. There's not really security in the same way. It's mostly you'd want to avoid any kind of gangs and stuff. And then the refinery, though, that you're heading to is owned by Okada Tech, which you would also know, specifically because they are one of the largest tech conglomerates in the world, and they hold a lot of power within the underground.
Okay.
And I guess it's worth reiterating as well. The material that you're gathering is called Teslite, and it's sort of a metal that can be refined and used for many different things, particularly weapons applications and things like that. It's primarily only controlled either by governments or by some specific corporations that have gained access to it. The underground was one of the biggest caches that's ever been found in general, and it sounds like they just found some more deeper in.
Okay.
The reason it's being refined is because in its natural state, it is volatile.
Okay.
Oh, goody! Yay!
Okay. Yeah.
But once refined, it's stable.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so you made it to the subway station. You stashed all the stuff for later, and you're going through the subway. Basically through what's called Subway City, which are basically those same subway tunnels that the city has. Underneath them, they are larger, big enough to fit small buildings and such. They are, again, functionally their own kind of district in a way. And it follows all of the same trails as the main subway system throughout Highwind.
Okay, so we're just following the subway trail to our destination.
Yeah,
I don't think we need to do stealth. I don't think stealth needs.
Well, my stealth was more about getting to the subway.
Okay. So we're already there. Okay.
So now that you're in Subway City, you're making your way towards the Underhaze. What is probably going to stand out to you is you are wearing, by a large margin, the nicest clothes here.
Yes, yeah.
You dressed warm though, because underground in this part of the underground, there is pretty much no natural heating happening at all. In fact, if anything, you're losing heat because you're underground.
Right.
There's a neon glow, which is the most corporate part of the underground, was built over top of geothermal vents. So the rich get all of the resources, of course.
Of course.
As it should be, as it's meant to be, apparently. It looks like, I was wondering about this. It looks like Joe's computer has frozen.
Oh no, Joe!
So, let me see here. I was wondering why she was. I thought maybe it was just the camera at first.
Oh my god, I gotta figure this out. Shit.
Joe, can you hear us?
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we're coming in perfectly fine now.
So I was just quiet, and panicking in the background, being like, "Don't interrupt the scene." But my camera stopped on me, and I can't interact with my computer at all.
Oh, weird.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna see
turning the camera off and on again, or leaving and coming back. I don't know.
It won't let me do anything.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to switch my browser or something. So, is that going to just destroy the layout and everything?
This
We'll
is what
fix
we
it when you
get for
come back.
trying to get into the underhaze. Like
Yeah,
I
no.
knew.
I say it sounds
There's
like
some-
it sounds like Chen Griffin Labs is finally catching up to you. They're messing with your feed. Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, it's the spinning pinwheel of doom right now. So.
All right. Well, for the moment, at least you can hear us and we can hear you, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, then we'll just keep moving on and we'll let that kind of process over time.
Okay.
See what
Cool.
happens.
Sounds good.
Let me just get into here real quick.
But we're doing a stealth roll for getting into the underground.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome. I am 25.
Oof. I am 16.
Okay. So to even this out, I'm gonna say, so you're all wearing very nice clothes compared to everyone else you've seen so far. If you're trying to stick under the radar, you're probably gonna want to try to find a way to swap those out, because you're gonna stand out like a sore thumb here, and not too long the further you go into the underhaze.
Right.
Well,
So
I feel like that just.
you're gonna want to find someone to trade with. I was like, I would not recommend ditching your jackets and whatnot, because that's gonna you're gonna get cold real quick.
Yeah, she's Tatitude just takes her jacket off and flips it inside out,
Okay.
where you see all like the ratty seams and stuff like that, and she's just like, whatever.
Okay. And what's your
Huh.
plan, Sapphire Shadow? I would say you could try to
I
try to
don't
flag
know.
someone down, maybe trade with them. You could try to just take someone's jacket. If you're
Well,
trying to-
first she's gonna act a little salty about it because she doesn't like dressing like a poor.
Yeah, as I say, well, that's the problem right now. Is that
Oh
soon-
God!
soon
It's
we're-
like these are Valentino boots.
the many pores who outnumber you here are soon going to recognize that you are one and they are many.
Right. So okay.
And those Valentinos could fetch them some money for other uses.
Okay. Are we still by the lockers? I'm gonna at least. Oh God,
So at this
man.
point, you're actually in the underhaze. Like you've kind of snuck your way.
Oh,
in.
okay. We're in the
Yeah.
under. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Though, is that because of how like nice your stuff is, you are sticking out, and you're noticing like eyes are starting to follow you and such, and not in the way that you're probably used to.
Right. Okay. I
Can,
will make.
can I
Go ahead.
can I assist in like making her look dirtier?
Okay, I guess I want to know what's the plan here.
Well, I was going to, because obviously, people talk too. So I was going to approach like someone on the street to swap clothes with them, and then offer them my boots as payment to keep our presence in the underground quiet.
Okay. Yeah. As I say, there's quite a few people. Like there's you only see one who's kind of on their own. The rest are kind of in groups.
Mm-hmm.
And you approach this guy, and he's kind of just sitting down. Kind of just had his eyes closed. Looks very calm. And then when you approach, his eyes open up. Oh, good evening.
Yes. Gosh, how would I even ask? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm not good at talking, to strangers, but I couldn't help but notice your coat. It is fabulous. And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind swapping mine for your coat. I would ask to trade coats.
He looks down. He goes, "My coat for your coat?"
Yes.
What's,
This is Dolce and Gabbana, honey. You can't beat this price. It's free.
So I'm going to get to keep the coat. This is
Yes. Yes.
not a loan. This is a trade.
Correct. And I'll offer you my boots, which you can get money for if you do not let anyone else know that we made this deal.
Roll a persuasion check with a +5 circumstance bonus.
Okay. Okay, so a 6 plus 3. So I have a 3, and then you said plus
Additional
5.
Yep.
So 14.
Can I assist with intimidation in the background?
So that's going to have a very different impact if you're successful.
Fair.
So I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying that is not an assist so much as a separate roll.
Okay, fair. Never mind.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
So yes, he thinks it over for a moment. He goes, "Sure, I'll take that deal." He says, "You can take my boots." I say, "I don't want you to be walking around shoeless around here. You're gonna cut your foot."
I reluctantly take them. Thank you. But when I grab them, I only use the tips of my fingers. I'm very cautious, but I agree. I take them.
Meanwhile, he 100% puts your boots on, and he looks great.
Oh my gosh, probably way better than I ever did. Ugh.
And yeah, he puts on the coat. He's like, "Yeah, nice coat."
It is. It is.
Well,
It's okay. It's okay, Saf. It's okay. We'll get you another one.
Thank you, Tatitude. We might have to stop at the Neon City on the way out of here.
Yeah, we will. We have so much time to goof off until we got to be back. It's fine.
Well, you two stay warm, and he kind of walks away.
Okay.
All right. And so the one thing that is not marked on the map that the drone gave you is many specifics about the oil refinery, just kind of a general direction to head in. So I guess that would be the next step, is you have to figure out exactly where the refinery is, or kind of try to deduce where it is based on other landmarks.
Can I use my expertise streetwise to navigate?
Yeah, that'd be perfect for this.
Okay.
And also Sapphire Shadow, for being so generous as to let go of your boots for the mission. That's another villain point for you.
Oh, thank you.
And I got a nat 20.
And your camera came
Woo!
back.
Oh my God! Look at that. The curse is broken.
It's all uphill from here.
Nat 20, babe.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Yeah, you are able to.
So that's a 32 total.
Oh my God! You're able to very quickly figure out where it is. You can, in fact, I'll say you kind of talk to a few people on the street. They don't have any kind of reluctance with you. They all think that you're probably from the underground too. You're just a little, maybe you're from a different district, so you don't really know. And they kind of push you up. They're like, "Yeah, you don't want to go anywhere near. Okada Tech keeps that on lockdown. There's so much security there. You got to be careful. It's no joke over there. They will kill you for that Teslite. Kill you."
What kind of equipment do they normally have, and about how many? She starts trying to get information about security rounds and weapons.
We'll say it's a montage of
yeah.
you talking to different people as you're making your journey.
Yeah.
You hear about basically, in terms of the general layout, it's a large kind of circular structure, like a column, basically, kind of sitting in the middle of the underground here. It is brought in through very specialized heavy-duty trucks, basically the kind of things they would put a bomb in for bomb retrieval. They put it in this truck to load it in through the bottom of the facility, and then when it's done and it's refined and they're going to take it out, they have basically a series of hovercraft pads along the midsection of it that hovercraft land or get loaded up, and then they're flown over to Neon Glow.
Okay.
And so You hear about the hovercraft, you hear about the trucks, you hear that they usually have like a bunch of guards, some with guns and then some with stun batons. You've heard about like basically two-legged mech kind of units, like think like the ATST from Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you've also heard no one's ever seen one, but there's rumors about some that are like in essentially power armor.
Oh, okay. Like shock trooper kind of.
Yeah, Iron Man, shock troopers. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's kind of the layout of the armaments they have there, and then also like some automated turrets and stuff, lots of security cameras and things. The kind of stuff that you guys, while you don't like to deal with them, have had some familiarity with overall.
Yes, I can deal with some security cameras.
So yeah, you've get over the montage of meeting people and garnering favor and getting this information. You make yourself, and you're pretty much now at like a large kind of a combination of steel and barbed wire fence that surrounds this large column facility.
Okay. Do you have a scissors tattoo or a wire cutters tattoo?
I mean, I got my bear trap and my axe.
You do have the bear trap and you do have the axe.
Which one?
Ooh, what would cut through wire and barbed wire? Because we need to get through this fence. Is it set up like a prison where it's just like we got guards guarding the fence?
So after the fence, there is a large section of pretty much just open air land.
Okay.
So
okay.
I also have a pogo stick. We can just jump over the fence.
That's wacky. I love it. Let's
also
do
an
it.
option.
Because you can leap 500 feet with this pogo stick.
Yeah, let's pogo
That's
over.
actually enough. I'll say you wouldn't quite get to the actual column, but you would definitely be able to, like, in 2 bounces, you could get anywhere pretty much.
That's a rude tattoo. Yeah. I guess the only question
I'm
do I just like scoop up Sapphire under my arm and be like, fuck it, let's go? Or do I just toss the pogo stick back to her?
That's a great question. What is your carrying capacity?
Oh, my carrying
when you're a normal person, I should say. I want to say it's up near the top of the sheet.
200? Nope, not feet.
Oh, it's under the movement section on the second page.
Thank you.
I'll say technically it says throwing distance, but that kind of gives you a sense of what.
400 pounds.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
I
something
think
tells me you could carry that.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, I can throw 400 pounds 6 feet.
Okay.
So, okay, yeah. I'm gonna half princess carry her on a pogo stick over a fence.
All right. So you're able to scoop her on up. You jump this fence. You jump it by a good margin. So let's say it's about 300 feet to get to the actual structure. And then the helipads are probably about 300 feet up, or you can go in. There's a couple options. You can go in through the underground facility the trucks go through the helipads.
We're here to get the refined stuff up to the helipads. How you feel about that, Seth?
Sure.
All right, let's go.
Woo! I love the drama.
Pogo stick infiltration.
Yes. They'll never see it coming.
All right. If that's the case, then I'm going to have you roll a stealth check.
Okay.
But I think with this, it's going to be with a -5 penalty.
Okay.
Because you're bouncing throughout the center of everything.
That's fine. That's a 12.
9 plus 13, so 23. No, 22. So 22 minus 5. 17? No. Yeah, 17. 17.
17 and 12.
Actually, no. Mine. 12 minus 5 makes it 7. It was a terrible roll.
In a word, oof. Big oof. So you make this big glorious bounce while holding Sapphire Shadow in your arms, and you land, and you're bouncing up to go up to one of the helipads, and all of a sudden you hear target spotted.
Shit.
And now there's just like now you're just kind of being peppered with fire as you're going vertically. Like
oh my god. Okay.
And then I want you both to roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
8.
Okay.
22.
22. So when you get to the top and you're being peppered by fire, you kind of lose your balance, and you go to grab the ledge of the helipad, and Sapphire, you are able to grab it, but Tatitude, you slip and you're starting to fall.
Nope. Glider.
Okay, so you're gonna glide back down?
Yeah.
Ooh, good.
All right, Sapphire, you're able to pull yourself up on top of the helipad, while meanwhile, Tatitude, you have now glided back down. You're still being targeted, and you see kind of a group of guys in the distance, kind of making their way towards you, like advancing in pairs.
Whew. All right. Well, do we divide and conquer then? Where you take them out while I get the.
Yeah.
Yeah. Were we trying to infiltrate a vehicle at the helipad?
No,
Or
we're trying to get a crate of this material and bring it back for Machinist's daughter.
And it's
okay. It is literally, we are just here to get the goods and vamoose. We don't have to do anything else. Get the goods and go.
So when you're on the helipad right now, there's no hover vehicles and there's no crates. There's nothing there currently.
Okay.
And so I'll start with Tatitude. Tatitude, what are you doing? Because again, these guys are advancing on you, and you hear them saying like, requesting backup, post-human spotted.
Oh boy. So yeah, I'm on my little glider trying to figure this out.
I mean, I would say you're able to glide. By this point, you're back down.
Yeah, no, but it's more of like she's trying to just like float as long as possible to figure out the tactics of what's about to happen. Because so I have my rats. And they're minions, so they just do little basic attacks. So I think she's going to drop down and immediately activate her rat minions to cause distraction.
Does it say how many you can do at one time?
2 minions.
Right. Up to 2 minions? Okay.
Yes.
And then keep in mind, you cannot do other, with the nature of your tattoos, you can't do other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the only one sustained thing at a time, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna just kind of trying to get some cover?
Yeah, that she's coming down to land and wherever, and just rats come out and start bothering these dudes instead of getting at her.
Right. And we're going through kind of a cycle of it, right? Like you're getting behind cover, they're advancing. You let out some of these rats, they run up and start attacking them, and then the whole group of them start turning on them, and they kill a bunch of the rats, and then you send 2 more, and
not the rats.
these little ink monster rats, basically. Yeah.
And so just causing harassment down there to give fast time.
In terms of time, it is they are advancing on you, and they're going to be to you shortly. Like these rats are not a significant threat in any capacity. And there's enough of these guys that some of them are just going around them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they are advancing on your position, in short order.
All right. Well, then I guess Ink Monster is coming back out because this is no bueno.
Okay, so before we cover that, Sapphire Shadow, what is your next move? So you're on the helipad.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to investigate the area. Like, I'm watching. I'm like, Tatitude looks like.
When you're looking down, you're seeing Tatitude basically being like a whole swarm of guys are advancing on Tatitude's position.
Yeah, and I guess we're needing to find out where these crates are. So I guess I'm going to scour the helipad for further information.
Okay. I'll say that there's nothing on the helipad. Like, it's just pretty much empty. Like, you see the spot where stuff would land, but there is a computer terminal at the doorway to the building.
Well, I want to hack into the computer terminal.
All right.
Or also, do they know I'm up here?
You would believe it logical that they would have seen you, but you don't know for sure. No one has come out.
Well, I do have a hide in plain sight advantage, so.
Oh.
All right. But yeah, you're gonna want to roll a technology check then for that terminal.
All right. So 19.
19. In the quick bit that you're able to hack, you're able to determine, 1, you could definitely open this door without issue. 2, you have a general layout of the facility. Like, you don't have time to really go into a lot of detail for it. Like, you can see, like, intake, processing, refinement, packaging. And you can see that packaging is basically on the floor below you. But it also appears to be the most heavily guarded.
Okay.
And then the other thing you're seeing is that pretty much security is alerted on every floor right now.
Okay. And they're going for Tatitude.
You just see that security is alerted. You don't see any particular marching orders.
Okay. Can I turn off that alert through this terminal?
Yeah, you can turn that alert off.
Okay.
Roll another technology check.
All right. Ooh, a 12 plus 13, so 25, baby. 25.
You are getting some pushback on that. Like, you turn the alert off, and then moments later you see it turn back on, and you hear, like, someone over the radio. Who's messing with the security system? We're in the middle of a situation.
This is the CEO of technology, and this isn't, you're messing with a federal investigation. I don't know. Like, I would make up some lie.
Amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. You're messing with a federal investigation,
not
sir.
Since Han Solo on the Death Star have I heard such a convincing argument. So yeah, you're turning it off, but it's getting turned back on. It would be, you would assume that it's logical that you don't want to stay in this space for too long.
Correct. Yes. So do I have the, what do I?
So you can, I did say you can open the door and get
okay. So, okay.
Or as I guess technically you also have a grappling hook. You could get yourself back down to Tatitude or get into.
Are there drones in this area?
Like flying drones?
Yes.
Nothing that you can see like that.
Okay. So I was going to say, is there anything technologically that I can rewire amongst itself to help Tatitude in their fight?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, you do not see any like turrets or drones like that on the outside here.
No vehicles?
No. I mean, I'll say the only vehicles you're aware of are the hovercraft that come to do the pickups and the trucks that go underground to deposit.
Ugh, okay, I guess I go in. I guess I'm going in.
All right, so you're gonna head on in, and then Sapphire or Tatitude. What is your next move then?
Okay, so she was behind cover, and the rats weren't working, and so she's getting annoyed at this point, and activates Inky Monster to come back out, and she comes out so winging, just full ink to the face. Let's go.
All right, roll me an attack check, and I guess tell me what that attack looks like.
Ugh. Oh, wait, this side. Would I be adding my athletics to that or my strength?
I mean, well, for the attack, it would just be whatever your close combat is. I'll let you use the same close combat you used for the axe attack, even.
Okay. Well, that's a 12.
12? Yeah. And is there a DC on that then? I guess whatever your strength is, plus any damage on the smoke monster or on the ink monster.
Oh, okay. Strength, that's 7 plus. So 13.
13? Okay.
Total.
Yeah. Tell me what it looks like when you wipe out like a good 5 or 6 of these guys.
I think element of surprise was definitely on her side when she comes. Like, they saw like this strangely skinny little thing go behind, and then this large mass of dripping ink comes out with claws and fangs and just starts swiping at everything in front of her and like on someone's faces or someone's face.
Oh no.
And like when she releases, they're not dead, but they are just, ink is covering all of them and they can't get it off, and so he just starts panicking and running.
Plus ink in the wounds can't be can't be very good for you.
Yeah.
Also, write that down, that's a band name.
Ink in the wound.
Ink in the wound.
Ink in the wounds.
It's like in fact, we're gonna make that canon to the Mayhem verse. It's like a 2006 emo band in the Mayhem verse.
Yeah, that works.
Awesome. So yeah, you're just chomping down these guys. Some of them are retreating. Like they're like, "Oh God, what is that thing?"
Yeah. And then
and you will have noticed at this point that Sapphire has not returned.
Yeah, and that's fine. She doesn't Tatitude doesn't want Sapphire down here at all. That's danger for Sapphire, and right now she's having fun.
Okay.
See, Sapphire knew, Tatitude's got it.
All right, so you're trying to break into the refinery, and then Sapphire, you've just gotten in.
Mm-hmm.
And the door opens, and you close it quickly behind you. And what you can see, there's kind of these long hallways going. Remember, the whole place is kind of a big circle.
Mm-hmm.
And there's these long hallways going around it with glass windows looking out into the facility. And you can see tons of security running around. There's also some workers that are that look like they're very quickly operating machinery, trying to get stuff back up and running. And so you're kind of able to get a quick read on everything and gather okay, you've got about 30 seconds until some guards are up here for a sweep.
Mm-hmm.
What's your plan here? There's a lot of the hallways have rooms off the sides of them, conference rooms. If you kind of get a sense up at this point, this is all storage, but doing a quick read of it, there is no completed Teslite ready to go yet. That's what all the workers down on the floor below you are working on.
And we need it to be completed in order to steal it, or?
Well, you need it to be refined, because otherwise it's unstable, which means it has a greater possibility of exploding in a let's say it depends on the calmness of your exit here.
Right, yeah.
The less calm your exit, the more you want that to be stable.
Is there
you need to
ventilation system? Is there a ventilation system?
Certainly.
I want to hide in the ventilation system.
You want to hide in the ventilation system? Okay.
Yeah.
Doable.
Make my way kind of to stealth, but it's I'm out of sight, and that allows me to wait out of sight.
Okay. So you roll a stealth check then.
$15. Ooh, that was not a good roll.
So, you do get the sense pretty early on, you're able to get in the ventilation system, just at the last minute before some guards come by, and you're kind of looking at these rounds, and you're realizing, their patterns are getting tighter, that you do not believe there's a way that you can do this without coming into conflict.
Okay.
As stealthy as you are, if you're going to actually try to get some of this stuff, you you need to be ready for the attack.
Then I will get to a place where there's only one guard, and then I'll take them out and steal their outfit. And it helps me get out of these poor people clothes because they stink.
All right. So before we have you try to knock out a guard, we're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Woo!
Got a little intermission prepared for y'all, and then, this is going to be a 2.5-minute break, followed by a quick recap of everything that's happened so far. I want to take a moment as well and remind folks that we are doing this as part of a support for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society for our friend Control-Alt Quinn, who plays the Machinist's daughter. I'll have a link in the chat here in just a moment. If you want to donate, that would definitely help with that cause.
Yay!
Watch this intermission and we'll be right back. Thanks for watching The Great Teslite Caper, a Masks and Mayhem special event. We're raising money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society this month. Did you know that LLS is the global leader in the fight against blood cancer? There's not currently a means to prevent blood cancers, but LLS has helped advance every critical advancement in blood cancer treatment. They also award funding to major cancer centers to bring world-class care to underserved blood cancer patients. Check the link in our chat or our show notes to donate what you can. Tonight's game uses Mutants and Masterminds 3rd edition by our friends at Green Ronin Publishing. Think you might want to pick up a copy for yourself? Head on over to greenroninstore.com and use the promo code MAYHEMCAST. Works for Mutants and Masterminds, as well as their other games, including Blue Rose and the Expanse RPG. Using our code MAYHEMCAST will get you 5% off your order and help support our streams. Special thanks to Queen Goldie for joining us tonight. You can find her streaming games and being funny on TikTok. Thanks to Joe for joining us for tonight's game. If you'd like to see more of her, she's a frequent cast member on the Untold Stories Project channel. USP is dedicated to bringing attention to games and voices that don't receive the attention they deserve. They even have multiple Mutants and Masterminds series that cross over to form a cool multiverse. They can be found on Twitch and YouTube at Untold Stories Project, or on their website at untoldstoriesproject.com. If you're enjoying tonight's stream, you might enjoy the Masks and Mayhem podcast. It's the longest-running Mutants and Masterminds actual play podcast, featuring myself, R.C. Byler, as the Game Master. I'm challenging the heroes, the Atlantean Ambassador Yardak, played by Dan, filmmaker illusionist Ruby Lawson, aka Visual Aid, played by Rachel, and the aging vigilante Brock Balea, aka Laserhawk. Come and listen to this immersive story where you find out what it means to be a hero. Or at least, not a villain. Mostly. If you like what we do here, we have a few more ways that you can support us. Our merch store can be found at mayhemcast.store, where you can pick up hoodies and mugs for the winter, as well as stickers, posters, and even t-shirts, so you can think of us while you dream of spring. This month, we're doing special Valentine's stickers featuring 2 of our main series couples. You can also support us through our Ko-fi, which allows for one-time donations as well as monthly memberships. Our various membership tiers give bonuses, including access to private stream games for the community, as well as access to things like GM notes and Spotify playlists for characters. Lastly, our friends at Green Ronin Publishing are knee-deep in a Kickstarter for Valiant Adventures. Fans of Valiant Comics are going to love this take on that universe using a modified version of the Mutants and Masterminds rules. The project ends in less than 48 hours, so you can still pledge to reserve your copies of the Valiant Adventures and World of Valiant books. But for now, let's get back to the game. All right. Well,
Woo!
Just to recap what has happened so far in The Great Teslite Caper, Sapphire Shadow and Tatitude, played by Goldie and Joe respectively, were sent on a mission by the government for their Redacted Rangers program, which sends villains on high-stakes missions. They were sent to retrieve some alien tech from an invasion that happened recently. But their old friend, the Machinist's daughter, broke them out, with the stipulation that it would be in exchange for a task, which is to break into Okada Tech, a high-tech manufacturer, and steal some Teslite, a highly volatile, highly valuable material. Since then, they've been able to infiltrate the Highwind City underground, a series of domes that form their own little underground society. They were able to stealthily, get some clothes, kind of get the lay of the land from the people that live down there, and eventually decided to take the fight right to Okada Tech, somewhat by accident. And when we left off, Sapphire Shadow was up on the the middle floor, I should say, making her way into the building while Tatitude is holding off some of the guards and whatnot downstairs. And let's actually start there. I believe we were going to, or sorry, we just were leaving off with Goldie.
Yep.
You're going to try to go for a guard and try to stealthily knock them out
Yep.
and take their clothes.
Yep.
Let's roll
All
another
right.
stealth check.
All right. Let me get my list. Okay. Come on. Good roll. Yes. Okay. 23.
23. Yes. You slink into the shadows and you're in this kind of ventilation system and you're watching all of these guards come. And then eventually you open up the grate, and when one walks by, you immediately throw your grappling hook down, wrap him up, and pull him up into the ceiling.
Yes!
And quickly, having learned from Tatitude, you put him in a chokehold. But eventually you realize that's not really working, so you just whack him on the head until he stops resisting. And then you're able to, it's a little cramped in because you're in a ventilation system, but you're able to get his uniform and put it on.
Perfect. Good.
It's not an exact fit because he's like a 6 foot tall guy, but it's so you were able to comfortably tuck the right things to make it look professional.
Good.
All right, and then what's your next plan?
I guess infiltrate or go down to where they're making the Teslite, or they're refining the Teslite.
Okay, you did pretty well in that last stealth roll, so we're able to say you're able to kind of keep your head down. You got a little guard's cap on. Maybe actually it's really bright in here, so some of them have sunglasses. So you took his sunglasses and you're wearing them.
Yeah, I'm just kind of walking around, observing what's happening. We've got to kill time anyway, so I'm just trying to remain inconspicuous.
All right. Meanwhile, while you're slowly killing time, Tatitude's down, fighting for her life. And just bashing and chomping and just raining hell on these guys. And it's not too long after enough of them are mangled that you suddenly notice 2 large striding mechs coming around from the one side. And they appear to have chain guns on them.
All right, fine. Let's switch gears.
I'll say on the other side, comparatively, that you see a truck has just pulled up to the facility, coming through the gates, and is going down a road towards an entrance.
How far away is this truck?
Let's see. Distance-wise, we're gonna say that it's about the mechs are about, let's say, 200 feet away. The truck is about 300 feet away.
Bounces. Literally, she releases the ink monster and has the pogo stick and is like, deuces!
Yeah!
Bounces to the truck.
For a visual, and you tell me what you think of this. I imagine, because she kind of taps on the tattoos to make them go, that you backflip out of the ink monster, and as you're backflipping, the ink is just falling to the ground. And then you do a handstand, you jump, you land on your feet as you're touching it, and then you bounce.
Yeah, I love that.
I'm here for it. Let's go. That's it. That's perfect.
Excellent. And so you're bouncing towards the truck?
Towards the truck.
And you see the mechs, the chain guns begin to, and then you see them power them down as you land near the truck.
Yeah. And is it a closed truck or open bed truck?
It's a closed truck. Remember, it's like I said, it's like a bomb. Yeah. Essentially, it's like a bomb transport.
Yeah. No. So she is grabbing onto the side of it, and she's grabbing onto
Okay.
Wherever this thing is going, she wants to be.
All right. It had already picked up speed because it was trying to avoid you, and it goes. The doors have already opened, and it goes into the facility.
Oh.
And you notice that it goes on a downward incline, and when it comes out, when you look around, you've never seen it in person, but you've seen videos and pictures on the internet of just unrefined, pure Teslite, just piles of it everywhere. They're in containers, but it's letting off this ethereal glow that is even though this is an unlit room, it's still got a glow to it.
She's gonna pocket some of the raw Teslite. Just
Okay.
a couple of handfuls
Okay.
for just in case. And she is going to try to stealthily GTFO out of this room because this is danger.
Okay. You see a couple like workers like point towards you, like as you're exiting the room, but you get into a stairwell.
And yeah,
So as I say, if you come up to the next floor, you've basically been in like a basement level, and now you're on like the first floor, which enters into that large circular facility that that Sapphire was seeing. So if we're gonna go on this, like you're on the bottom floor, and she's like 3/4 of the way up on like floor 6, something like that.
yeah. Okay. Oh boy. Right. She's gonna make a duplicate of herself
Okay.
from her mirror tattoo.
I was gonna say the mirror tattoo. Does that trying to pull up? Okay, so it's an illusion of yourself that is kind of independent of you.
Yes.
But as far as I know, you cannot see through it, right? Like it's not a what's what I'm looking for? You're not astrally projecting. You're not seeing what it sees or anything like that. It's just a distraction, if anything.
Yeah. That it's just a copy of her that can wander off and be sentient on its own.
Okay. All right. What are you sending it off to do?
It be the distraction that she's gonna send her other self off towards what clearly looks like a more populated area and get the attention of the security guards who just saw her and are probably coming after her from like the main entrance direction.
Right.
Like,
I was
send it off that way.
Who saw you and pointed you out, but the security guards are undoubtedly on the lookout for you.
Yeah, and so it's like send off that way and continue to like take the stairs and other stealthy routes up to meet Sapphire.
Okay. So let's have you roll a stealth check then. And then Sapphire, what are you doing? 'Cause you've not been in communication with each other. You know, there's a lot of
our comms are
So a lot of this is operating on knowledge of each other and intuition.
Right. Yeah.
I got a 16 on the stealth.
16? Okay. Yeah, you're able to sneak up, and then what are you doing? Sorry, Sapphire.
So
You got into this guard's uniform, and you said you were kind of making your way down.
I have been using my skill of just, I think it's called what was it? Hold on. Well informed. So I've just been kind of asking other security guards, getting the tea.
Okay.
Getting just kind of like, just, random information.
Sure.
So I kind of have known that like somebody had that somebody would snuck on the truck coming in.
Okay.
But so I know that Tatitude's in the building by now, just from being well informed and like hearing the communication on my security comms, because I have everything that a security guard would have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
But they're unable to find them.
Right.
They're unable to find Tatitude. So,
yeah. Let's have you roll a persuasion check.
All right.
And I'll do that with a +5 circumstance bonus because, again, you've just been very stealthy and you're in the right uniform.
11
and
plus.
You're very persuasive.
So 14 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
So, you generally gather from the guards that one, this giant monster that might have been a woman was attacking, and it seems that she might have infiltrated the facility, and there's word that there's another one here, but no one's kind of seen what she looks like. That they were trying to break in together, and they don't really know what's going on, other than that they are on a complete lockdown now. And so, like, as soon as this stuff's refined, they're not sure if they're going to be able to. If they're not certain of the protocol yet. If a pickup's going to happen or not.
Okay.
And we'll say at this point, it's actually while you're talking with one of these guards, that Tatitude, you kind of get you kind of pop out from a corner, kind of do a little bit of a survey, and you know that there's no, you know what Sapphire Shadow looks like. She's not wearing her normal skin-tight suit, or being emblazoned in fine jewelry. But she has just a certain way about her, and you're able.
You can't hide these curves.
I was about to say it's her curves. I'm just
you can't hide them.
There's no hiding them.
Well, I was gonna say
and she
that,
knows how to style her body, no
guard.
matter the outfit.
Yeah.
Like she's gonna make sure she looks good no matter what.
Guard who wears sunglasses indoors.
Oh yeah, no. And her name is Sapphire.
Her name is Sapphire for sure. Okay, so yeah, you're able to see her. Sapphire, you do not see Tatitude though, because she is being very stealthy.
Good. She needs to be.
And then you see, looks like a foreman comes up to one of the security guards and says, "Hey, we're finishing up this first batch here. It's gonna be ready here in just a bit, and we're gonna load it up. Where are we putting it?"
Okay. So I'm gonna like perk up and start listening to this conversation.
And the guy just kind of taps his foot and he goes, "You know what? Get everything as you're making it. Form a stack on the inside here, like right in the center. You know, there's no way they're attacking this facility, and that's not their end goal."
Right. So they're gonna guard it. They're just gonna guard the supply.
Yeah. So you're gonna be basically in this big multi-layer circular structure, and it's gonna be plopped a bunch of crates right in the very center of it. Like,
okay.
And I'll say it's center, like the center of the rings and the center of the layers.
Oh boy. Is there any way I can set up the... Never mind. That's a dumb idea. Never mind. It's gonna be so dumb.
How many, like, just roundabout, how many guards are there? Like, how many?
How many guards? Let me think here for a second. There is probably a good 12 guards. I would say that you've been able to kind of be able to clock, because there was a bunch that were outside too. Yeah, there's probably somewhere like 12 to 16 guards. But then you also, again, we're told about there was different mechs and such, and then there were also the rumored power armor guys. You haven't seen anybody like that yet.
So I think we need to we would need to form some kind of distraction and take them out in smaller groups. Because there's no way we're getting these crates out while they're surrounded.
We just need one.
We just need one.
She only requested one crate. Like, more is better, but I mean, we can get her one. And how big are these crates? Like 1 by 1 by 1, 2 by 2 by 2s, 2 by 3 by...
Sorry, what was that? The stack?
How big are the crates?
Oh, how big are the crates? You'd say about like 3 foot by 3 foot.
Okay.
Like they're a cube.
Yeah, serious. Okay, all right.
And just based on the material like that you picked up, these things are dense.
Right.
Okay.
So how would they have
moved...
moved
the volatile material in your pocket at the moment?
Oh yeah.
How would they have moved it regularly? Are there cranes?
There's like forklifts.
Okay.
Forklifts and elevator systems.
Okay.
Did I see any other vehicles on my trek up here? Just the one truck that came into the garage bay?
There was other trucks down in that garage that's where like all of the unrefined was coming off of trucks.
Okay.
But I was like, you didn't really see any other vehicles. Like when you look around, you can see kind of like what I was just talking about, like the forklifts I was referring to, but that's about it.
Okay.
I think.
And Sapphire, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 10. So hold on. Let me get my thing. 10 plus 18.
18. Out of the corner of your eye, you see when Tatitude pops out and takes another look around.
Okay.
So,
Perfect.
and I was saying the two of you lock eyes for a moment. Although
Okay.
Tatitude might not know it because you're wearing aviators.
Right. I try to do a slight nod to see if she sees me. She does not. So I kind of like start walking towards
I'll
like.
say, yeah, I have no reason to think that you guys wouldn't have clocked each other a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
My goodness, I'm trying to think.
Can I see if I notice the grate that she was in before and like try to go up into it?
When she was sneaking around in the ventilation systems?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say that you've gotten up high enough that you found like the same vents that she was in. If you pop up there, you'll see there's an unconscious guy in there.
Nice. I approve of this. Good job, Saph.
Thank you.
Okay. I feel like it could end up being like an awkward thing where like as the guard, she's just standing there like posted up, like I'm gonna just guard this hallway.
Yeah.
Because, and she's talking to me in the vent.
Yeah.
So we can get a plan.
Yes.
Together.
Yes.
Okay. How I can because I can use the bear trap to snatch a crate. And we'll have a crate. But how are we getting this out of here safely?
Yeah, there's nothing on the helipad.
There's just the big trucks, and that's going to be way too obvious to steal if we get out of here.
Right.
Now, again, like there's some creepy mech things that they tried to throw at me. I ran. That could be something else fun to steal, but again, it'd be really obvious if we took that too.
So I do have an advantage here called Connected, where I can call in assistance or favors.
Fuck yes.
Okay.
Is there?
So it has to be like within reason. What are you trying to do?
Right. Like, is there somebody that I could call to get their helicopter to bring in? Like
in
how
the underground? There's no one that
you can't get in.
Well, I was gonna say, the bigger problem is you have to. I was gonna say, not that they couldn't get in, but like if you're trying to get in there in a hurry, you would want someone who's already down there. And
right.
The only person that you've met in the underground, or that's from the underground, would have been the Slugger. And you haven't seen him since he stopped being in the prison, and they wouldn't explain where he went.
Okay.
Same with Machinist's daughter too. You never were 100% sure what happened to her. She just kind of was stopped being in prison.
Okay.
Is there something between my Streetwise and her connections that we can just get someone to meet us with like a rusted up pickup truck outside the fence?
Okay.
Ooh.
Like hillbilly escape. Like full on hillbilly escape right now.
Okay, you know what? How are you getting this call out?
I have my comms pad, but I don't know if I can use.
All right, you can
I can hack. Well, you know what? I can look. I'll get on one of the computers and I will download Skype on it. All right.
Jesus.
It's like I'm gonna use Skype.
I just need a WhatsApp.
Point away.
Yeah.
Bringing up Skype in 2024.
Look, these are old Dell computers. They can't run much.
So I'll say that, yeah, between your contacts and such and your technology, you could probably patch into some system and get a call out.
Okay, good.
It'll be one of those things where you have to do it quick, or otherwise they might trace it.
Right. Yeah, of course.
And
like SOS. Don't ask questions, just come type of thing.
We'll say, yeah, you don't know too many people in Highwind, but you've done enough heists that between the two of you, you've done enough heists that you have some contacts. And then those contacts know some contacts. And then they tell two friends and they tell two friends. And then that trickles down. And eventually, they say, give me a bit of time. You'll know when it's time to move.
Okay.
All right, good.
Oh boy.
So then we can just wreak havoc until they get here, and
we'll say that it's right as you're finishing up that call, that a guard walks in.
okay. Are they alone, or they rolling with
they're
some
standing in the
peeps?
doorway, and you can't see anybody else with them at the moment. But they raise their gun and they go, "Found him."
I'm gonna throw my axe at him.
I always
Good.
understood that your axes were attached to your hands, but I'll say, you know what? Kind of like how you backflipped out of the ink. We'll say you can.
Oh, it is creature axe hands. My bad.
Well, I was gonna say, but again, kind of like the axe, how you backflipped out of the axe monster, you can let it go and it'll fly, and then it's gonna.
I will also draw a weapon out of like my boot or something. Like
I'll say, I think we did give you a weapon.
yeah, I think I have like a knife or something or some kind
I
of.
was trying to find
Let's
your character
see.
sheet.
I have a quick draw action, but I don't know what I would be drawing. Let's see.
There you are, Anika Petrov Dupree. You
Yes.
never use your real name.
No. I'm more wanted under
you're-
that name than I am Sapphire Shadow.
The ARM computer that you have has a built-in kind of electrical gun /
Oh,
taser.
okay, perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna tase them.
All right. It's not a problem for you, the two of you, to hit this guy. We're gonna say that the shock blast hits him in the legs. His legs drop out from under him just from going wobbly as the axe hits him in the face.
Nice.
Setting him down in a twitching spurt of blood. But his gun goes off when that happens, and luckily it doesn't hit either of you. But the jig is up.
Went off. Shit.
So you're gonna want to roll initiative.
Yep.
All
Okay.
right. 9
Oh.
plus-
25.
25, you say?
Yeah.
Okay, give me just a moment.
Where is my initiative? Okay,
Initiative
plus
would be
4.
in the offense section. Okay, you found it.
Okay, yeah, plus 4. So 13.
13. All right, give me just a moment here. Need to make a little initiative tracker. Boom. Close that. And Tatitude. Sorry, Tatitude, how much was yours again?
13.
23.
Oh, sorry.
We'll start with Tatitude.
23.
23. Sapphire.
13.
Shadow. 13. All right, let me just roll for everyone else real quick. So the way that I have been doing these kind of larger combats, especially when there's so much fewer players but many enemies, is many of them are your basic run-of-the-mill guys with guns, and so I'm doing them as kind of squads.
Okay.
So the squads are made up of multiple people, and so normally with minions in this game, it's a one-hit KO. For this, it's basically that your individual hits that you get on them count as knocking a guy out of the squad.
Okay.
And so in terms of the total number of people, I'm going to do it by squads. There are 2 squads of guys with guns, 2 squads of guys with stun batons. You see 2 mechs. And you see, as you look out this room, 2 guys step out in essentially powered armor that appear to have jetpacks on them.
Oh.
Okay, so we got some Iron Man. All right. Okay.
All right, so let me roll for them. And all right, and then we've got the guys with the batons.
Yes, they have to be.
What?
Sorry. I answered for you, my bad.
No, answered what?
Brandon asked, are the armored lads hot?
They look like they're probably really hot underneath, but all you can see is their faces when the masks come up. So you don't get a good look at them, but the brief look you got at them, they're hot. And which is really unfortunate. Like, you're feeling really conflicted about having to kick some ass. almost done. And just roll a couple more of these.
I wasn't ready for that question.
In your heart of hearts, you have to make that decision for yourself sometimes.
Are they hotter than Ignite?
Well, Callan, I don't want to hurt your feelings. But you know what? Ignite's not my type, so maybe that's the bigger problem here. Oh, wow. That's why. That's a higher number than I expected. And last ones. It's a big old combat going on. And...
Oh, my.
You know...
I mean, they're not meant to be
They are
stealthy.
the guards. I think that's the bigger problem here.
Yeah.
And last one. All right, let's get this initiative in order. All right, just barely, starting at the top, is Tatitude.
Okay.
Okay.
So you are now on this top floor, and you look around you, and there are many people either looking at or coming in your direction. They look ready to commit violence.
Yeah. So she's okay. How clumped up are these different groupings?
I was gonna say the squads are generally together. The larger groups themselves are not.
Okay.
So functionally, in terms of targets, you have 8 different targets right now.
She is going to throw one of the chunks of unrefined Teslite at the feet of the mechs and shoot a fireball at it.
Okay, so I'm going to have that be 2 standard actions, so you are going to have to use...
That's fine. I'm sorry, I meant to say hero point on this.
Okay, so yes, you're going to use the hero point to negate the extra effort of doing those 2 different attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Let's go for it. Roll me a throwing, but I'll let you take a bonus on that. We'll say a +5 bonus.
Okay. 18 plus 4 plus 5. 18 plus 4 would be 22.
That
plus
hits.
5 is 27.
All right. So there's 2 different mechs. Which one are you focused on? Let's say there's one towards your left and one towards your right, just to keep it simple.
To the right.
To the right. All right. Now let me mark them off too, so that I know which one's which. And what? Wait, why am I asking what the DC would be? You don't have that information, because you're throwing Teslite at them. We're gonna say that explosion looks like it did leave a pretty sizable dent, but it does not look disabled. So now roll that fireball attack.
Okay. Nat 20.
Hell yeah! What do you want to do with your 20?
Okay, so then, because it's a double reaction, that Teslite with the fireball, I'm going to feel like that just enhances the flames and the heat and everything. So instead of her red flame, it's blue with it being hotter. So it's essentially like melting parts of the mech instead of it just being pure fire damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. What's the DC on the fireball itself?
23.
23. And okay, so what you will get out of this is it does look like again, significant damage, like you focus on the same leg that got hit by the Teslite, and it looks like that is like weakening, and you also notice that bottom foot of it is catching fire, like actively caught fire as opposed to just being hit by it. But it's still not out. This thing is still up. And you see the driver on the inside of it kind of panicking a little bit. And you hear one of them yell
Sucks to be
out.
you.
You hear one of them yell out, They've got the Teslite. Be careful. And after that, the first of the hot power armor guys goes. Who immediately jetpacks up to the center of the area, puts his one hand out, and just lets out like basically a big bolt of plasma. And does a 12 hit?
Me?
Yeah, the person who's
No.
the fireball. All
No.
right, we'll say that you nimbly dodge out of the way of this plasma bolt as it goes past you. And
Good job.
the uninjured mech goes next, and it's going to lay down a multi-attack against the both of you.
What?
Okay, let's see here. And Tatitude does a 15 hit.
My dodge? No.
All right, yes, against dodge, I should say. And Sapphire does a 17 hit against your dodge plus 10.
So my dodge plus 10 is 22. So
Nope.
minus
So-
17.
So this chain gun just activates and goes, and you both hit the deck as everything's just kind of exploding behind you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
And
Ooh, this turned into a mess, didn't it?
Well, I mean, this is how we like to have fun, so let's go.
The uninjured mech's going to do the exact same thing. Oh. Or sorry, the injured mech is going to do the same thing. And that's going to be 20 on each for
Yes.
both of you. Yes?
That does hit me.
Okay. And Sapphire, I think you said it would not hit you at 20.
Correct. Yeah.
All right. So you're going to want to roll a toughness check then, Tatitude.
Okay. Oh. That was terrible.
Oh.
Wow, brain. All right. Is it just the straight number on the die, or do I add something to
Sorry,
this?
toughness check.
Yeah. So then, is 12.
12?
Yeah.
So just a reminder that you do still have those two villain points.
I have 1.
You have 1 villain. Oh, that's right. You did use it extra effort. So you do still have the 1. You don't have to use it. I just wanted to make sure if you did before.
Yeah. I'll take this hit. I think. No,
Alright.
I won't. No.
No?
Oh shit. Sapphire, what do you think? Should I re-roll or should I save it?
How much damage can you take?
I mean, I'm perfectly fine right now, but
so,
I don't
yeah.
know how hard this guy is going to hit me.
In terms of how the damage system works, it's based on how badly you roll against whatever your attack is. So the lower you roll, the more it does. So theoretically, you could do a one-hit KO. Not saying that's what's happening here. Just saying that like it's a little swingy that way in terms of. But the general idea is that you take on penalties as time goes on, making it easier to do those bad rolls.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is her first hit.
I say do it. I still have 2 points too. So
Just to be clear, you cannot use your points for Tatitude.
oh
Yeah, no, you can't share.
Those are your personal points.
No, that's what I was gonna do. Okay.
That's why I want to be clear in case that was influencing your decision.
How much health does that one mech have? The injured mech. Is it almost out?
It looks fairly injured.
Okay. I would say take the hit then. I bet we can take this mech out with this one.
Well, you're gonna have to make your decision soon.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the hit. It's fine.
Okay.
All right. No one ever lets the hourglass go all the way.
No, that gets intimidating.
All right. So you're gonna take the hit.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
are hit with a few bad belly shots.
Ooh.
You are gonna take a -1, and you are staggered, meaning that you're gonna move
Okay.
at half speed, and you are dazed next turn, meaning you can only move or attack.
Okay.
Or you can do a single standard action, which can be used for either standard actions or movement actions.
Okay.
All right. Meanwhile, the baton squads They're kind of just making their way up the stairs. There's not a lot they can do at a distance. It's gonna take them some time to get to the lot of you.
Yeah.
Sapphire Shadow, it's your turn.
All right. Oof. Okay, so I'm gonna use a hero point to do 2 moves.
Okay, so yes, you're gonna do extra effort to get an additional action.
Correct.
One of the villain points.
Yes.
Eat that fatigue. What are the actions you're trying to do? I guess let's start there.
So first, I want to take out. I want to take out the. So basically, I want to hack the men. I want to hack the technology of the men in the suits. But then I also want to use like a taser or a shock punch to take out the other Meg. Or the other
the mech suits or the power
mech, yeah.
Okay.
The other mech.
So I guess what I'll say about that is because your device is meant to be hardwired in, if you're trying to do a wireless hacking into an unfamiliar system, I'll let you take both actions to make that happen.
Okay.
If you're
can I plug into the computer or no?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like you'd have to get physically next to these guys, and they're not in immediate distance.
Okay.
Same with the mechs too. If you're trying to hack into those wirelessly, that's going to take a lot to do. Whereas if you want to like grappling hook your way down to one of them and get in its face, that's a different story. Because you don't forget, you do have a move action as well. You can move in some capacity, and then you have your standard action to do stuff, and then you can use it.
All right, so then I'll do a shock punch to take out the Meg. Or is that my most damaging?
The shock blast would be your only ranged attack option.
Yes. Okay. Then that to the mech.
Okay, so the injured one, the one that's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then I'm going. How close am I to the area that has the refined crates?
So that's down where the mechs are.
Okay.
So you'd be able, you could use your grappling hook on your wrist device to get down there.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll make that move.
Okay, so you grab
like I'll shoot.
And you
I'll
down.
shoot and then move like a.
Okay.
Like a quick.
Let's roll that attack check then for the shock.
Come on, big number. All right.
And then that's going to be the shock blast that's under your offense section on your top of your first sheet.
Okay. So plus 10. So.
And you're targeting the mech, you said, correct?
Right. So the shock blast is plus 20.
20, that hits. What's the DC on that?
25.
So you get this running leap going, and you leap off. Grappling hook goes into the air as you're swinging down, and you send this giant shock blast, targeting that open area where the fire and the damage is already hit. And then you must have hit a fuel cell because this whole mech explodes.
Nice!
Between you and the fire, this thing just goes up in flames, sending shrapnel everywhere as you release your grappling hook and come to a running stop on the floor where all the refined Teslite is, leaving the baton guys who are halfway up the stairs going, damn it.
Yes.
But that gets the baton guys toward Tatitude, so Tatitude can easily take out baton guys.
Okay.
And then I can take out the Iron Man suit people.
So you did a standard action and a move action. Did you want to do some form of additional standard action?
Yeah, I want to do an additional shock blast towards the other mech, I think.
Towards the other mech? Let's do it. Roll that attack.
Come on. Come on. 12. So 22.
22, that hits.
Yeah!
And it was a DC of 25, correct?
Yes, yeah. Let's
go! And that one is injured, but not out.
Okay. Okay, it's okay.
And I'm going to remove the one from my initiative tracker. Because you got him. And remind me again, that Sapphire, you have 2 hero points and Tatitude has 1.
Right, and I just used one of mine. So
No, you didn't. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yes, you
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
You did the extra
Yeah.
action. You're going to use the hero point. Or
Yeah.
The villain point.
yeah.
Okay. I'm just marking that all off on my sheet so I know who has what. So 1 and 1 now. And then the other power armor guy, seeing you destroy these mechs, Sapphire, jetpacks into the air, kind of swings around. He's kind of like hanging in midair as he gets to hit you with the plasma bolt this time.
Oh,
So it's kind of 1 against each of you. And does an 18 hit?
and this is dodge plus 10.
Correct, dodge plus 10.
18, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then
My dodge is 12, so plus 10 is 22.
So you nimbly, acrobatically, like do a cartwheel followed by like getting behind some cover, and it misses you.
Some backflips, you know.
Yeah. And then
My
now
boobs just flying through the air.
they're boobing bobbly.
Yeah.
And so the gun squads, one's gonna focus on Tatitude, one's gonna focus on you, Sapphire.
Good deal.
Let's see if either of them can hit you though. And all right. Tatitude, does an 18 hit you?
No.
And does a 19 hit you, Sapphire?
No.
All right. Again, same thing. Like they're kind of just pinning you down with fire, but again, you still haven't even gotten up since you hit the deck, and also were hit by chain gun Tatitude. Yeah. So like it's just sending more shrapnel going everywhere. And
another day at the office. Fine.
one squad of baton guys decides to head back down the stairs towards Sapphire, but again, within that one turn, can't get to you. And then we're back up at the top of the round with Tatitude.
Okay, so dude is just like hover floating up in the air with like active jetpack going?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to throw the other piece of Teslite I have at the jetpack.
All right, let's roll that throw. I'm not going to give you the bonus to your throw this time because you're throwing into midair.
Yeah, no, I get it.
It's an actively moving target who's not as big, who's human size as opposed to mech size.
Oh,
Listen,
no.
I can't help you if your dice are misbehaving.
Yeah, no, that was terrible. It said no. That's a 7 total.
7 is not going to hit. So you throw this Teslite. It goes wide. I'm actually going to say that it ends up landing on the floor that Sapphire is on. It explodes. And Sapphire, you feel the floor that you're on kind of shift a little bit.
Oh.
Like you believe that from what you know about structures and all the ones you've broken into, you believe that this floor with all of its heavy crates may potentially be structurally compromised now.
Ooh, but that's a good thing. Because that's going to help us
one
get
way to look at it.
That's going to help us get the crates down on the first floor so we can get that truck in here. Yeah! Good thinking. Good thinking, Tatitude.
Yeah, and so the rest of her round is she's just trying to stand up, and she's like, okay, I'm glad that worked out anyways. Go on.
All right, the guy who shot at you that you just tried to throw Teslite at, he's going to jetpack up to you, and he's going to punch you.
Oh, bring it, son.
Does a 22 hit?
Yes.
All right,
painfully.
Roll a toughness check.
20.
20? All right.
I got 20 on my toughness.
Does that include your -1?
Now it does. No, 19.
19.
Plus plus, yeah.
Yeah. So you feel the clang of metal against the side of your head as you take another -1 to future toughness checks. It's been a long time since anyone's hit you that hard in the face.
Dang.
Like, you're
rude.
Because you're used to like kind of fist fighting regular guys at bars and stuff, and tussling with guards. This is the first time someone powered really has gone up against you in a while.
This was like, instead of it just being like one set of brass knuckles, like you had a brass gauntlet on. That wasn't fun.
Yeah, imagine brass knuckles, but a little jetpack at the end of it, so it forces quicker.
Yeah.
Normally, there's a date involved in that kind of nonsense, but okay, here we are.
Well, we all learned a little about Tatitude today. or Joe. Moving on. So then it is going to be the other mech's turn, who seeing there's an ally now and engaged with Tatitude is going to turn the chain guns on Sapphire.
All right. Do I need to roll dodge?
What is your dodge plus 10?
22.
22. That does not hit. Just kind of exploded, like, he's very, very precisely going away from the crates.
Yeah.
Like he's not hitting any of that, but he's also not able to get a bead on you because of it. He's kind of just, if anything, it seems like he's kind of just laying down covering fire right now. And after that, then, it is going to be the baton guys who finally get up to Tatitude, and they go to try to swing at her. Damn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, 25 definitely hits.
Oh, no!
This is getting rude, you guys. Like, I didn't sign up for this.
It might be hero point time.
All you hear from upstairs, Sapphire's...
Yeah, like, geez.
So roll a toughness check, Tatitude.
Okay, fine. I'm spending my hero point.
Or sorry, actually,
and
I was looking at the wrong character. It's actually a fortitude check.
$17.
17. Again, you've been in enough fights. You've been in prison and gotten tasered before. This is nothing new for you, so you're going to be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, this is nothing compared to the guy who just walloped your face.
This tickles, guys. Like, stop. Otherwise, I'll do something mean.
Like, you're not actually injuring them, but I imagine you're fighting back, like you're kicking them in the shins and stuff.
Just like, stop. Like, I can't. I don't want to hurt you. Don't make me kill you.
All right.
Oh, they're dead for sure.
It's Sapphire's turn then.
Okay, so who do we still have? We have one injured mech.
You've got one injured mech, both power armor guys, and then baton guys and gun guys.
Okay,
sets of 2 squads of each.
Mm-hmm. All right. Are the batons like electrical current?
Correct. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're stun batons.
Is there any water source?
Nothing
in this.
You can see at the moment. Theoretically, based on looking around the room, if you were able to puncture a wall, there's probably some used for the refinery process, and also just like keeping this otherwise very warm place the nice cool temperature it is. Remember when we said outside was like so cold? In here, you are so comfortable. Their employees here are treated really well.
Well, that's nice. That's always good,
I mean, not so good for everyone on the outside, but
correct. But
but yeah, theoretically,
they don't have to pee in bottles here,
as far as you're aware. Theoretically, though, you do believe if you could puncture, again, just knowing what you know about structures, you could see a couple spots in the wall that would make sense that there is a
okay. I think I will puncture the wall to get like. Is there a spot that if I punctured the wall, it would hit the baton guys?
No, because they're still in the stairwell, but you would be able to like get water all over the ground in front of them, you think?
Okay. I'm going to do that. Do I have what weapon would I use?
That's what I was going to say. Looking at your sheet, the only thing I can think of at a range that would make sense is the shock, like overpowering your
Does Tatitude have anything that would puncture it?
The axes and
my axes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I shout to Tatitude like?
Oh yeah, talking.
Water main.
On it.
All right, then I'm going to do another shock blast to the other mech then.
Okay, let's roll that attack.
All right. Come on, big number.
Big spender.
6. So 16?
16, unfortunately, does not hit.
No!
Sorry, my friend.
It's okay. It's okay. They can't all be winners.
All right. And so, are you doing anything else for your turn, or is that where you're going to end it?
I get one move, right?
Correct. Yeah, you can move.
I'm going to investigate. Like, I'm going to investigate more, or get closer to the crates, I guess.
Okay.
Because I kind of want the
just
floor.
getting closer to them, or are you actually trying to?
Yeah. I want to get closer to them because I think that this floor is going to fall.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're able to get into the crates, and again, that kind of provides you cover against the mech still.
Yes.
However, the other power armor guy flies up to you, and he's going to try and punch you.
Okay.
Friended to Tatitude.
Okay.
Wow, I'm getting really good rolls with these unarmed attacks. So I'm going to guess that a 29 hits.
Yes.
Ow.
It does. Ow.
So you're going to want to roll a toughness check then.
Okay. And so I have two numbers. I have an 8-4 on my toughness.
The 4 is if you were caught unawares. That does not apply to this situation.
Okay,
It's like if someone sneak
so
attacks you.
I rolled a 10, so I guess 18.
18. So you are... you're not hit quite as hard as Tatitude, because I don't think you would have been able to withstand that.
No.
But you are going to also take a -1. It looks like this one, because you haven't turned into a giant ink monster, didn't use the full jetpack through the arm.
Valid.
Good. Okay.
But it's still
all
a
right.
big metal gauntlet punching you in the face.
Right.
So,
Yeah. It's very uncomfortable.
So yeah, -1 toughness check for you as well, and I believe that puts both of you at a -1 at this point.
-2 for me.
Oh, right. Sorry. This is why I ask. And so that was that guy's move, and then the squad of gun guys now. Because there's a whole group of baton guys just wailing on Sapphire. They are going to make their way over to you, Sapphire.
Okay.
And let's see what happens. 17 does not hit, so they are all firing wide. But all of these groups are kind of, the baton guys, the one group of baton guys and the power armor guy are going after Tatitude. Everyone else is basically descending on Sapphire, who's kind of near all the Teslite at this point.
Good, because...
and also possibly adding weight onto this floor.
Oh, yes. Exactly. Just get down there,
All right, and then it's the other group of baton guys who start making their way out of the stairwell towards you. And I forgot to roll for this. And the other gun guys miss as well. Back at the top with Tatitude.
She finally is able to smack her axe tattoo, and the blades come out.
All right, what's the plan here?
Hack and slash into the walls to hit the water main.
All right, so I'm going to have you roll an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And my thought being is that if you're trying to hit the water main near the baton guys, which was kind of Sapphire's original intent, you're going to have to leap off of this ledge and get down to the area that she's at.
Oh, I thought there was a wall up near with the guys that were hitting me. Oh, is that what you thought as well, Goldie?
Yeah.
Okay, well then you know what? That was me not explaining right. We'll say that's the case then. You're able to, we'll say that there is a water main here. So if you want to use your standard action to attack that water main, you can.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I'm just into it.
And a giant spurt of water goes above your head, Tatitude, and starts landing on the platform below where the other guys who... It's actually now, because they moved already, it's landing on the baton guys. They're just starting...
Yes!
They're starting to get soaked in it.
Whew.
All right, so that was your standard action. Are you going to do anything for a move action?
Can I pogo stick away?
Yeah, you can change your thing with a free action. So yeah, you can pogo stick. Where are you going to?
I am going to the top of the crates and kind of hoping I just happen to land on a dude as I come down.
Well, there's no one on top of the crates, but you're able to pogo stick to the crates, no issue.
Okay.
You have control over it yourself. All right. Well, the guy who just wailed into you, the power armor guy who just wailed into you, sees you taking off, and he jetpacks over to catch up with you. But not wanting to get onto that platform, he tries to shoot you with the plasma bolt. Does a 20
I don't know if I can yell that. Yes! Dang it!
All right, roll a toughness check then.
What was that?
Oh, sorry. Actually, no. Wait. Actually, Sapphire, you're gonna have to roll for that as well. Because let me back up real quick. The plasma bolt has an area effect to it when it hits.
Okay.
18
total.
18 total. All right, and then Sapphire, you're gonna want to roll a toughness check too.
Okay. Okay, 9 plus, so 17 minus 1, 16.
16. I'll say that your Tatitude, you are blown off the top of the crate back down to the floor where Sapphire is. And Sapphire, you're also going to take some damage from this. You're both going to take another -1.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right, but now you're basically right next to each other.
Yeah. All right. Good.
All right, and again, because you're not on top of the crate anymore, the mech goes to move closer to the two of you because it can't get a beat on either of you. The baton guys are moving through the water, kind of trying to get themselves unsoaked as they make their way towards you. And Sapphire Shadow, it's your turn.
Does the water electrocute them at all?
Not currently. They don't have their batons active at the moment.
But you have the electrified gun thingy. Shoot the water to electrocute them.
Oh, that's right. Okay, that's what I want to do. Yeah. I'm gonna shoot the water to electrocute them.
Okay. Let me see if any of them dodge out of the way. Nope. All right. So what's the DC on your stun baton or on your stun gun normally? Shock blast, I believe it is.
25.
25. All right. We're gonna add a bonus to that. We're gonna bump it up to 30 for this.
Okay.
So you shoot your electricity at the water, and you watch as it arcs through the water and goes up all of their legs, and they all just spasm and fall to the ground.
Yes!
And just landed in the water.
Yes!
Tatitude just comes out of cover and is like, "That's what you get, bitches! That's what you do, get up on a women!"
All right, so you've now taken out one of the groups of baton guys.
Nice.
So just to kind of, I guess, recap where we're at now, you've got the 2 power armor guys, the 1 mech guy, 2 gun squads, and a baton squad left.
Okay.
So still a good amount of groups. So there are a few crates of Teslite here, though, just to be clear, in terms of what's right next to you. And then, are you doing anything else with your turn besides using the stun gun?
Am I in hiding right now? Am I covered or in
Since you stepped out to do that, you're a little more out of cover. So if you want to move back into the cover,
yeah, back into cover.
In between the crates, it's not complete cover, but it's more so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, correct.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You hear the 1 power armor guy yell at the one that shot the plasma bolt at you, and he says, "It doesn't matter if it's stable. Don't ignite the Teslite."
Oh.
And that one who yelled out jetpacks towards you, Tatitude. And goes to engage in fisticuffs. I believe a 24 hits.
Ooh, no!
They're high to hit, low DCs. Well, low-ish.
Ouch. Let's go.
But you're scrappy.
I got a 19. Okay, so then that makes 21 total.
21 total?
The subtraction and the adding and the...
Oh, right. Okay. So you're gonna take another -1 then. As he just wallows on you, and I think maybe you put your arms up to defend yourself, and there's a bit of back and forth for a moment.
Yeah.
But you're definitely on the defensive end. And let's see, those baton guys are dead. The other baton guys are making their way down the stairs because they were upstairs.
Here they come.
And then the squads
are they wet?
I was saying not currently, but the squads of gun guys are gonna shoot at you too. Both of them arc wide and miss. And now we're back at the top of the round with Tatitude.
We need to out of here. So she's gonna go full ink monster mode again.
Okay.
That means she's going to be 1 size bigger.
Right. And you feel as you get bigger as the floor kind of goes.
Yeah, no, she was hoping for that. And she's gonna hit the floor. She's gonna like ground pound.
Okay.
Ooh, Hulk style. Let's go.
Yeah, no, she's like wanting out at this point. Like, this is too much.
Okay.
We are only here for these things, and they're trying to protect these things. Let's let's mess up where we're at with these things, and escape with what we can get.
All right.
I like that. Yeah.
What's your strength total when you're in Ink Monster mode?
Oh Lord. Okay. I get +6, and then so that's 7 strength total.
7 strength. Okay. Yeah, you bust through with one large inky blast at this floor, and you hear as everything below you kind of gives way. Sapphire Shadow, what are you doing then in this moment?
I'm activating my grapple.
Okay.
So that I don't like fall. Like,
so you're just gonna kind of point it at the ceiling and try to and hope to grab for something.
Well, I'm gonna put it on the floor so that I have something that'll brace my fall, so that I don't hurt
Perhaps
myself
I'm
as I fall.
If you're grappling it to the floor and the floor's falling out from under you.
Oh yeah. Well, something on. Well, that is true. I guess the railing to
Okay.
just something that'll keep me from
That's what I was trying to get
falling
a sense
with
of.
the floor. Yeah.
Okay. All right. If that's the case, then roll me either an athletics or an acrobatics check.
Okay.
And then I take it that Tatitude, you're not really doing anything. Then you're kind of just falling with the floor.
Oh yeah, because I mean, like whenever she feels unsafe, she'll just go whoop into glider.
Okay.
So
Because you're about to fall about 4 stories, which is why I asked.
Yeah. No, and she's fully expecting that, and she's just like, I know this timing. It's fine.
you can also do pogo,
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
You want to just go back up.
So I got acrobatics that are 10 plus 8, so 18.
18, yes, you're able to grapple without issue, and you kind of run down the side of the wall. Do you ever see the Resident Evil movies?
Yep.
And yeah, so you're running down the side of the wall. You get to the bottom. Tatitude, you transform into glider mode, ink just falling off of you as you glide down. And then as you're landing, you hear the cling, clang, coom, as all of the pieces of the floor and one of the mechs, shrapnel pieces, and a bunch of the crates fall. And you have a few moments to react to this, but you do see that one of the cases was punctured. Like one punctured the other, and you see that like the tip of it's going inside it, and you just hear a.
Oh no!
What are you doing?
Ink monster mode again, and I'm gonna just go grab an unharmed crate, and I'm running.
Okay. And then what are you doing, Sapphire?
I'm gonna grab I'm gonna grab a couple of pieces of unrefined Teslite, put them in my little.
So there's no unrefined Teslite in this room. It would
this isn't the bottom anymore. Okay.
This is the first floor, but remember that all of that was in like the basement level where the trucks were.
Well, maybe you know what? To be self-serving, you said this stuff's a lot of money, right?
Yes, it is.
This is very valuable.
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a couple of pieces from the open crate and stick it in
and
my
when it's
pocket.
in the crate, they're in kind of like these containers, like yay big.
Right? Yeah, I'm
The
gonna
crates
grab.
themselves are filled with many.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a couple of those because I'm like, okay, well, I can sell these when I get out because I'm thinking I'm gonna be free after this. So I'm gonna do that and then run with Ink Monster.
All right, and you, I want you both to roll me an athletics check.
Ooh, okay. 4 on that one, but I don't have any number in my athletics. I only have acrobatics.
21.
21. And what if we use acrobatics instead?
Okay, then
No. I want athletics.
No, you can still use athletics.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Sapphire
it would be
use
14 then.
14.
Mhm.
All right. So what I'll say is, Tatitude, you grab this box and you're hauling ass, and you go through the door. You have to like crouch underneath it to get through, and you're waiting for Tatitude to get through before you slam the door shut, and then everything kind of goes silent for a moment as you hear a boom. And before you can do anything, the door that you just closed flies off its hinges, taking Sapphire with it. Flying across the room, and you like hit something really hard. And you're kind of limping now, like you're definitely like moving at a you're not dead or anything, but you're definitely like moving. You're like everything's kind of ringing, and you're moving at a bit of a
you just have to keep making mop.
Yep.
Mop. Keep making that sound until the ringing goes away. It stops.
Yep.
I swear, it stops.
Is that a real thing? Because I did not know that.
It helps.
Okay, I don't know. I've never been near an explosion. I didn't.
Okay, so
yeah.
All right. So, but that door blew off its hinges, and you look, and when you look back through that doorway, you can see like that other room is got a pretty good amount of on fire going on. But you are in the room with all of the unrefined Teslite and the big trucks that are currently empty. It looks like
not those trucks.
Looks like all of the workers have fled.
That's fine. Gonna pocket two more little pieces of unrefined Teslite in a pocket. Well, actually, I think I'm just pawing those for the moment. But those are the trucks we need to leave behind. Like those will get us caught. The trucks that we called for should be hopefully coming to the gate soon.
All right.
I don't know what.
And as you're coming out of the building, then you hear someone go Yahoo! And you see basically this wild cowboy-looking dude who looks like he has clearly stolen one of the Okada tech hovercraft, and he is just like and he just kind of kick flips it, for lack of a better term, or sorry, not kick flip, ollies his way over the fence.
Yes.
Like he purposely pops it against the ground to make it ollie. And it basically and it doesn't have any like wind or anything coming off of it, and he just lands it next to you, and he goes, "Special pickup, party of 2."
Yes, buddy. Let's go.
Yeah, this is not like a guy that either of you know.
Nope.
Am I outside or am I back? I'm still inside.
No. I assumed that you came out with Sapphire or with.
Okay. I just didn't know.
You just watched this guy do. You just watched this guy do this. Yeah, that door exploded and knocked you all around, but then you got up and walked away with Tatitude.
Okay.
And he goes, "Well, get on," and he there's an open space in the center where you can put the crate. Obviously, it looks like it's made to hold many crates, and there's a little passenger section up front for the three of you to sit on.
Nice! Yay! We did it so far.
Yeah, now we got to get out of here.
Yeah,
let's go.
All right, hit the gas, Jimbo.
Name's
let's
Grant,
go.
but that works. And he goes, and it just takes, like, it looks like he's actually holding, like one of those things where he's like revving it but holding the brake.
Yeah.
One of that, and then it just boom takes off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Skateboard cowboy. Yes.
Yeah. And
yes.
he's like holding his hat.
Yahoo!
And you take off, and there's just you hear like sirens going off in the building. You look back, it's like clearly on fire. What you do see though is the 2 power armor guys fly through and fly out, and they're trailing you.
No. She releases, or Tatitude's going to release the ink monster, and it's fireball time.
All right.
Yeah, get them.
And what are you doing, Sapphire?
I guess just blast, my sonic blasts.
All right. Both of you roll an attack check.
God.
19.
So I rolled a 1. Let's see.
Wait.
Plus, so 11.
Nope. I need to.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no, that's for damage.
So what's your total?
No, rage combat is 19 plus 12 is the.
19 plus 12.
Yeah, the range combat fireball is a plus 12.
Okay, so yeah, then that definitely hits. Meanwhile, Sapphire, your blast gets knocked off kilter when the guy has to like bank over to the side really quickly. We're actually gonna say that you hit the side of the hovercraft.
Oh God!
And it like sparks a bit. But your shot rings true, Tatitude. So what's the DC on that?
23.
23. Boom! You blast one of these guys back, and he kind of loses power for a moment. Pats off the fire and takes back off after you.
I got more where these came from.
All right, and then it looks like the two of them fire plasma bolts. But they are not trying to hit you. It looks like they are trying to hit the engines of this vehicle. But it looks like one hits and one doesn't. But the engines hold up for the moment.
I'm gonna release her mist, the mist tattoo, to give us coverage. Cover.
What's the actual power behind that?
Mist tattoo, environment 1, visibility decreases by 2, and it's a radius of 30 feet.
Okay, yeah. I'll say that you let that out. And the one that's on fire loses track of you, but the other one eventually recalibrates and finds you. And he's going to shoot another plasma bolt at you. That one is going to hit. But the engines are still holding up for the moment. And he says, I don't know if... And the guy who's driving goes, I don't know if I can take another of those hits, and we're losing maneuverable room. You got to take care of this guy. So what are you doing?
Get him!
Next?
Okay. Is it my turn or?
We're in a loose initiative, so I'm gonna let you guys go next, whatever you want to do.
I'm actually gonna can I cloak the engine? Can I cloak the vehicle? Because I do have cloaking, morph.
Yeah, you know what? We'll say, we'll say with a power stunt, you could definitely make that cover the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah.
You know? Like it's one of those things where you're definitely gonna blow a circuit here. It's not gonna last very long, and you're gonna have to like repair this thing.
Yeah, how like?
But there's nothing
it last long enough to get us to.
That's what I was gonna say. You're gonna damage the cloaking device, but it's gonna work for getting you out of the situation.
Okay. Yeah. And that's what I want to do.
All right. So you hook into the systems and you start fiddling around with wires and Tatitude. You notice that when you look at your hand, you're looking through it, and you're like, "This is weird."
Yes, I've always wanted this. Can I keep this all the time? This will make things so much easier.
And your guy banks around. Your guy hard banks around a corner, sending you guys like a little tumbling through the vehicle. And then moments later, the shimmer, the cloak lets off. And on your side, Sapphire, the little part of your wrist computer that controls that short circuits.
Okay. All right.
And a little while after that, Grant, the guy who just picked you up, he says, "All right, I've got a rendezvous point dropping you off here. I think Mr. Billings says that my little escapade here makes you and him even, and that works out because it makes me and him even."
Good to
You tell
know.
Mr. Billings that we'll be even when I say we're even. And if he doesn't want those snaps leaked to his wife, I can call in as many favors as I want.
Ma'am, I'm gonna let you tell him that. I'm gonna say that him and I are even. I'll let you. I don't actually want to say that at all because I was in the clear. And he looks over at the Teslite and he goes, "Anything for my troubles?"
Tatitude's gonna hand him one of the raw chunks.
And it's one of those things where you go to drop it and he's realizing what it is and he goes, "Ah!"
I mean, you don't have to keep it. I think it's fun.
No. And he pulls out like a little container and he kind of like puts it into there and closes the container.
There you go.
Okay, well, pleasure doing business. Have a good night. And he's dropped you off basically at the very end of the Underhaze, near where it enters into those subway tunnels that you initially came in through.
Okay, perfect.
All right, let's get going.
All right, and this time no one bothers you because one of you is a giant hulking ink monster, and the other one's dressed as an Okada Tech security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's just gonna be odd.
But they watch this with trepidation as you make your way through Subway City, and then eventually you're able to get back into the subway station that you initially entered from. Do you stay in your ink monster mode?
No,
All
no.
right.
She'll go back down, and then she's just like using like her pure muscle of like this scrawny little thing, just hefting this crate along.
It's heavy, but you could definitely do it, or the two of you could definitely do it together.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, like I said, this crate's only about 3 foot by 3 foot, so it's decent size, but it's not gigantic.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I guess, yeah, you have like 2 canisters on your probably carabined onto your belt loops, Sapphire, because you grabbed a couple.
Okay, perfect.
And yeah, you look over the map, and Machinist's daughter asked you to meet her in the warehouse district.
Okay.
In Highwind City. So when you get out of the Underhaze and you come out, you're kind of like on the edge between an area known as Slaughter Square and the warehouse district. Or sorry, not Slaughter Square. Soda Falls and the warehouse district. So you're able to kind of make your way over to that area. And it doesn't take you too long. Doesn't seem to be anybody out looking for you on the streets, especially not, a person in a tank top and a security guard walking around in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And you eventually find your way into what looks like a fairly derelict warehouse in the district. And the map also had a little code, and you press that in. When it opens up, you can see inside this, though, is a fairly well-maintained tech workshop. And you can see in the very distance in the background, you see Machinist's daughter hunched over, and she's clearly working on something, soldering something. You hear or welding something, because you hear and you see just sparks of light coming from her body is blocking you from seeing exactly what she's working on as you approach.
Stop, lady! We got you the Teslite!
And I'm just kind of taking in the surroundings. I'm just kind of like staying a little quiet, walking.
Yeah, you said that, and she is not responding. You just continues to hear.
Does she have headphones in again? Come on. Starts making noise. Like she doesn't want to get too close, but like.
And you're coming around, and you see her, and she raises a hand towards you, and then puts the bat down. Just finishes up a little more soldering, and says,
"Apologies. Give me a moment to finish what I'm working on. Were you able to complete the task?"
We got a whole crate for you.
Yeah. We delivered what you asked for.
And she turns around, claps her hands, and is kind of just like rubbing them together as has a bit of a mischievous smile on her face. When just a moment later, you hear a thump, 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 as a giant robot barrels through one of the walls, causing glass to go everywhere. And for just a moment, you can see 2 figures that you don't recognize and you can't quite make out, kind of backlit from in the hole that the robot made.
Uh-oh.
And that is where we end.
No, not a cliffhanger now!
That is where we end the Great Teslite Caper.
Dun, dun, dun.
What? No.
Yeah, that's right. It's a two-parter, baby.
Oh my gosh. I completely forgot about that. I was just like, we survived.
So yes, once again, this part of this is to help raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. #TiltCancer. Be sure to check the link in the description or the chat to help out with that and donate what you can to fund blood cancer research. I want to take a moment and thank you, Goldie and Joe, for joining me tonight.
Thank
If you'd like to just tell people about where they can find you and what you do, I guess I'll let you go first, Goldie.
You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, The Queen Goldie on all three. I live stream on TikTok, and we have award seasons coming up. So if you like awards, I love award season commentary. So that's kind of my bread and butter. So that's where you can find me.
All right. And Joe?
Yeah, you can find me over at Untold Stories Project, YouTube and Twitch and all of that, where, as obviously said before, like, we play Mutants and
Mutants and Masterminds.
Mutants and Masterminds.
Oh, okay.
I was about to mix up your
No,
Mutants
that's fine.
and Mayhem.
We do it all the time here.
We play awesome stories in the Mutants and Mastermind system, and we have a lot of fun, very queer friendly and all of that stuff, because, it's life. And if you guys are going to be at Origins Gaming Convention in June, come and meet us. I'm going to be a GM there. RC's going to be there.
I'll also be GMing there.
I know. It's going to be so much fun. I'm hyping it up now, because that's like big thing in a couple of months, and yeah, we're working real hard in the background to bring some really fun games to everyone at Origins this year. So yeah, that's my big pitch, or plug. That's the word.
All right. And again, links for that will be in the show notes then. Again, I am RC, Game Master for the Masks and Mayhem podcast, where we do all kinds of stuff with Mutants and Masterminds. Particularly, we are the longest running Mutants and Masterminds actual play podcast. So feel free to check us out. Links to all of our past streams, links to our actual main show, all of that can be found on our website at masksandmayhem.com. And yeah, guess I'll kind of say what I always like to say at the end of these, that Masks and Mayhem uses the game Mutants and Masterminds 3rd Edition by our friends at Green Ornine Publishing. I want to thank our cast member Rachel for making some of the videos that we used in tonight's episode.
Those were so awesome.
They were so good. Very, very good.
Awesome. I'm glad you guys liked them. And I want to thank our own cast member as well, Pope Brandon Brownson, who's been in the chat tonight. He makes all of the music that we use for the show.
That's right. Yeah, it was so much fun.
So that being said, you will see Tatitude and Sapphire Shadow return soon at a to be announced date for the conclusion of their 2-part adventure. But for now, have a great night, everybody.
Bye.